Hello YouTube, my name is Shivo and welcome to my channel. Today we're discussing Nvidia stock. Now I know what you're thinking, why should I care about Nvidia stock? Well, you should care because of this. Over here on this chart you can see the stock price of Nvidia over the past 2 years. As you can see, this stock has nearly doubled in the last 2 years. Meaning that if you invested some of your money in it, 500 or 600 euros, it would be almost double this amount. So if you're like me and you're a hardcore gamer, why don't you just spend some money in this stock so that you can use that money to pay for your own graphics card, because these graphics cards are very expensive. And if you're a gamer that knows a lot about the industry, why don't spend your money and bet on the companies that you believe will grow successful over the coming years? So today we'll be talking about Nvidia. I'll be explaining what type of businesses Nvidia has, what their future plans are, what the risks are and the valuation, and if you should buy this stock right now. So let's dive into it. Alright, so to start off, Nvidia is well known for its gaming business in selling graphics cards called GPUs. As of right now, on a yearly basis, this revenue stream is 7.5 billion. So what does Nvidia do? They create the highest end of graphics card available on the market right now. These graphic cards are sold at a very high margin, generating over 62% of gross profit for Nvidia. So what's even more interesting is this chart from Steam. This is showing the GPUs that are being used on the gamers on the Steam platform. And what you see in this chart, that 80% of gamers are actually using a GPU from Nvidia. What's amazing about Nvidia is that they keep on innovating and keep on pushing themselves to create the highest end of graphics card available on the market. With the latest innovation launched 2 years ago, which is the holy grail in graphics, called ray tracing, which is real-time reflections of light, being the first to market with this amazing new technology. Ray tracing is slowly integrating to be the new standard in gaming.
It just works. Everything just works. Global illumination just works. Ambient occlusion just works. Everything just works because ray tracing just works.
With the new consoles, the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X, also integrating this technology in new games. Overall, their gaming business is slowly transforming over time, not only being about the hardware in the PCs, but also about the software that's in the PCs. So you can see this with two initiatives that Nvidia is launching for gamers. One of them is DLSS. DLSS stands for Deep Learning Supersampling, which is using AI and machine learning to run your games on higher frame rates and higher resolutions without having your GPU doing all the rendering on your graphics card. This technology creates a significant boost in your frame rates and how well your game is performing and running. For the hardcore gamers, this is huge because this creates a better and smoother experience on the highest end of resolution. Next to that, Nvidia has also created Nvidia Reflex. This technology enables low latency in the games, meaning that the lag is actually decreased in the games. This is very important for competitive FPS games like Apex Legends or Overwatch. Next to that, Nvidia is also working on a streaming service. This is Nvidia GeForce Now. This will be good for gamers that do not want to buy the highest end of graphic cards available. The flip side, however, is that they will not be able to game on the highest resolution possible, because these will only be possible with these expensive graphic cards. And you will also need to have high internet speed to be able to stream these games. So this is not the only business stream that Nvidia has. The other big business that they have is the data center business. Right now, the annual revenue for their data center business is around the 6.7 billion. So over time, Nvidia has transformed from being only a gaming company to also being a data center company. So with the recent acquisition of Mellanox, Nvidia's data center business is actually growing larger than their gaming business, which is now 6.7 billion on an annual basis. Mellanox is actually providing a huge advantage to Nvidia in this space. Mellanox enables them to have low latency and high networking speed on their data center GPUs. This enabled Nvidia to create a DPU, a data processing unit. This DPU has been created with the sole purpose of transmitting data. The current DPU, Bluefield 2, is able to transmit data with 200 gigabytes per second. In the roadmap that they revealed, Nvidia is actually aiming to launch Bluefield 4 in 2023, which has a speed of 400 gigabytes per second. So this is one of the most important businesses that Nvidia is currently investing in. Next up, we have Internet of Things, smart cities, and self-driving cars. So in Nvidia's automotive business, their annual revenue right now is $500 million. It's a very small portion of their revenue, and this revenue is mainly used right now for infotainment systems in cars. But right now in this decade, automotive companies are investing in creating autonomous vehicles. These autonomous vehicles need to run their software on a GPU. Right now the only company that's providing these GPUs to cars is actually Nvidia, with the sole exception being Tesla, which is creating their own GPU for their Tesla cars. Keep in mind that in the future every car will be autonomous and every other car manufacturer will be turning to Nvidia to provide these GPUs to them. Nvidia is estimating that the total addressable market for autonomous vehicles will be 25 billion. So this is a very huge potential revenue stream. So you can see that regarding revenue, there's a huge potential for this company in the future. However, before you buy the stock, you need to know that the valuation is also very important. Right now, Nvidia has a market capitalization of 340 billion, which is very high because their annual revenue is only 17 billion. So the valuation of Nvidia is actually sky high right now. So if you're looking at the metrics, Nvidia actually has a PE ratio of 90 and a forward PE of 47. So we will be paying a lot for the earnings that Nvidia is actually generating. So we're actually talking about a high growth company right now. So the PE shouldn't be that important. But another metric that you could look at is the price to sales ratio. And the price to sales ratio is right now at 23, which is also very high. The price to sales ratio should be between the 4 and 7 and it could be max at 10. But 20 is very, very large. So this indicates that the valuation right now is so high that all the future growth is actually priced into the stock price right now. Meaning that if you buy the stock right now, there's a huge chance that the stock price could either do nothing or actually fall. So based on this information, I don't think it's a really good decision to buy the stock right now because there's a huge chance that this stock will actually fall in price in the short term. But if you're a long-term investor that's actually holding on to this stock for multiple years, then I believe this stock is a really good buy for the future. So overall, there are also risks involved in buying this stock. If you're thinking about the risk, you have the following risk. Well, for example, Google is actually creating their own TPU. They're actually creating their own card that they use for the data centers for machine learning and accelerating AI. You see this trend that companies like Apple are actually creating their own chips. So another huge risk for this company is their acquisition of ARM. This acquisition needs to be approved by the EU, by Britain, by the US, and also by the Chinese government. So this deal is right now being investigated for anti-competitive reasons. If this deal does not succeed, then most probably we will not be able to create Bluefield 4. So my overall conclusion is that you should not buy the stock right now with the current valuation being so high, and I would suggest keeping this on your list and buying this stock once it dips.
Work with me here. The more you buy, the more you save. That's right, work with me here. The more you buy, the more you save. This is not a complicated talk.
So please let me know in the comment section if you actually have a GPU from Nvidia in your computer right now. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked the video, don't forget to press on the like button. I'll see you in another one. Thank you. Bye.